Welcome back, it's Easy. So if you're new to my channel, then subscribe it and don't forget to press the bell icon so you can get regular updates about Avengers Endgame. Also like the video and comment down below with your thoughts. So let's start. The Avengers Endgame press tour is in full swing right now. With less than 3 weeks to go to the official premiere, we saw Marvel release plenty of new footage from Endgame in the past few days, including a full clip from the movie, one that was previously shown only to private audience. The main stars and the directors meanwhile appeared in an official press conference, and they are going to make the rounds of various TV shows in the coming days, answering all sorts of questions about Endgame. While we don't expect the cast and crew to spoil the film's plot, there are plenty of individuals who claim to have seen either the entire film or parts of it and who are ready to share details about the events they have supposedly witnessed. As before, we will warn you that some spoiler may follow below, although we have no way to verify the authenticity of these claims. Reddit user AGS2 wrote a lengthy comment on a huge Endgame leak mega thread, saying that he worked a little bit on the film and took part in an internal screening of the first third to half of the movie. The part that follows below makes a lot of sense because Marvel already revealed several spoilers from the first act, namely Tony Stark and Nebula will make it back to Earth, Captain Marvel will arrive at the Avengers compound, and the surviving Avengers will plan and execute the first attack on Thanos. Melancholy song plays over the Marvel logo and everything. Tony's message for Pepper is cut with short bits of him and Nebula on the ship playing a game. Talking shows the decline in the ship well-being until they are in the dark bluish green lightning as Tony is looking into space, very thin and scrawny. It has been 22 days since the decimation. The title card plays in complete silence and is dusted away. We see Thanos on his beautiful planet. He mostly walks and explores his form and speaks to the gauntlet, which gradually repairs itself, and Thanos' injuries. He talks about his dream being actualized and how he is satisfied. He decides he no longer needs the gauntlet and tries to destroy it, but fails. A bright explosion of light takes us into the next scene. Pan into the Avengers facility, and we see that everything is in chaos. The death count rises, a roster of missing allies is shown, everything is disheartened. Some Avengers return from searching for Nick Fury and the massive signal originating from his point of death. They have the device used to contact Captain Marvel. They take it for analysis and power it up. Rhodes is left to look after it. There is some interactions between characters. Then comes the post-credit scene in Captain Marvel. Cuts back to Tony and Nebula. Tony wakes suddenly. Nebula is sat watching him, remarks on his state. He makes a comment about her being fine, but she admits not for long. Tony talks about a guy called Jensen and some things from his past. Nebula talks about Thanos and Gamora. They pull together to make one last push for survival. They use part of Nebula and Tony's suit to reach a jump point. They arrive in the solar system. The sun shines on them as they travel towards Earth. Cuts back to Avengers facility. Captain America shaves his beard. Black Widow comes in and tells him to get outside. They run out to the lawn where they see a ship flying in. They prepare to fight, but the Rocket Raccoon identifies it as his ship. Lands. Tony stumbles out. He sees Pepper, who is unexpectedly with the Avengers. They embrace, but he quickly claps. Rocket walks to Nebula, who sits defeated on the bay door. He asks what happens with his crew, and she says nothing. He sits by her sadly. The survivors spare Tony, who is recovering in medical, discuss the events of Infinity War. They are quick to want to take action, particularly Captain Marvel. Nebula tells them where she thinks Thanos would be. They line it up with a traced energy signature from Thanos trying to destroy the gauntlet. Plays out the scene that was shown to shareholders meeting and also released online. Bruce Banner goes to Tony's bedside to explain the plan, as they both are not joining the team on the mission, the garden. Tony thinks it's a bad idea, so does Bruce. However, they are both powerless to do anything. Tony breaks down crying into a touching moment. Meanwhile, the Avengers board the repaired ship to confront Thanos. Rocket makes a comment about travel sickness from space travel. They fly off into space as Tony watches from the window. The Redditor then goes on to say that from here on, it gets patchy, as the information he gathered comes from work he did, as well as information I have collected from colleagues. If this is genuine, this might be enough info to potentially identify the leak. The Redditor offers a few controversial thing. For example, Captain Marvel is supposedly killed in the first fight against Thanos, Thor dies later on, and the Mad Titan himself will survive the final battle. Here's the patchy part. The Avengers do battle with Thanos on his farm. He has the upper hand, but Thor whittles him down before Captain Marvel enters to try and finish him off. She does serious damage to Thanos. In response, he uses the gauntlet to suspend all the Avengers and force them to watch as he disintegrates her. He evacuates and the Avengers are left shell-shocked. I have little details of my own to provide about this part. It has been 2 years since Infinity War and the start of Endgame. This is denoted by Black Widow's hair and the breakdown of society. The Avengers are broken. Tony seems to be again afflicted by PTSD and works on suits. Steve Rogers runs 4 groups. Rocket and Thor have gone AWOL. Black Widow is full of resent but hears rumors about Hawkeye and goes searching for him. They are brought together by the appearance of Ant-Man, who they thought found a way to return from the effects of Gauntlet but was really stuck in the quantum realm. They formulate some kind of plan involving the red and white suits. Not all the characters seen wearing them in trailers and marketing actually wear one. This part and whatever happens after is a long chunk of the film but has been kept strictly under wraps. The only bit I am aware of is this period is Bruce Banner being caught in some sort of energy surge. Whatever their plan has done has had some adverse effect on Thanos. He is angered and destroys the Avengers base and surrounding area with some sort of orbital strike. He teleports down using the non-ship beam as he does not have the gauntlet. He is furious with the Avengers and unleashes the spider dog aliens to attack them. He fights Stark, Cap and Thor in the ruins. Hawkeye and others fight in the sub-levels of the base. He is chased by Outriders in the tunnels while carrying something. Thor is impaled and killed on Thanos' blade. Captain America is enraged and tries to fight, but Iron Man takes him and flies off. There is another huge gap in the film. At some point, Ant-Man runs through the city. There is a scene of Tony Stark in Wakanda where Vision body is set up like a statue or tribute. The final events of the movie are extremely secret. However, I was able to gather that Thanos survives the movie. He uses the space stone by itself to teleport across the universe to escape the Avengers. He has a line about repercussions against the Avengers. Lastly, are a few rumors I have heard in and around of the inside world. Supposedly there is a secondary villain who isn't named but easy to guess for comic fans. He doesn't play a significant role in the movie but apparently appears midway through as well as the very end. There is also supposed to be massive final battle that sees all the disintegrated heroes return to join the fight. The cost of returning the universe to order is supposed to have massive consequences that will span the next few movies. I have also heard a funeral scene with 2 deceased characters. Lastly, the end shot of the movie is supposedly a team shot of the new Avengers with Captain Marvel at the front and none of the original 6 Avengers present. The same user said in the later comment that he don't know whether some part are true or not and that the Marvel logo used in the film is the same one used in the Captain Marvel. Also, he had this little tidbit to add about Spider-Man. Something I forgot to add. At the end, Spider-Man is supposed to quiet the Avengers and many of the characters receive costume updates, including a new blue costume for Star-Lord. The rebuilt version has the collar on his cap and Falcon has a more comic accurate outfit. We shall have to wait until 27th of April to see if any of this pans out. So that's all for today's video. What do people think of about it? Tell me through your comments. Also, tell me your favorite superhero and also subscribe my channel and don't forget to press a bell icon so you can get regular updates of my channel.